Okay. In my mind, it was going to be very graceful, I do promise. So you just got to think that the spin was better than it was. Welcome, everybody. Level 5, solving quadratic equations. Going to use the Quadrus method. Beautiful, fun method for solving these. Let's just get right to it and ponder. I wonder what makes it a level 5. I wonder why it's not a level 4. Well, let's just get right to it, which is the middle term. The middle term is not even. And so you could do this. There's nothing, it's not like this isn't going to work, right? I mean, you could put 2.5 there. Sure. Yeah, and 2.5 there. Sure. That's fine. But we're not going to introduce decimals. We're going to try to keep life as simple as possible for us. And so we're going to want to try to maintain integers the best we can. So we're not going to split it up if it's odd. Rather, we're just going to make it even. Just like in level 4, we make that number what we want it to be. Now we're going to make that number what we want it to be. So one thing we could do is we could just multiply everything by 2. Just do a big giant multiply by 2 on everything. And you would end up with 2n squared plus 10n minus 80. And we would think success. Nice even number. I'll put 5 here and 5 down here. We're going to be in really good shape. The problem is this lead term is no longer a perfect square. And so you're either going to have to make it a rectangle, which we do not want because we're taking advantage of the symmetry of squares. Or you could do, square root of 2 times square root of 2. You could make this work. It'll work, and you can put 5n there, and you can work it out, and I'm sure it would be brilliant. But again, not our goal. Our goal is to not introduce additional complications. So we need another idea. Okay, why don't we multiply by 4? Because we're still going to get an even number, but look what it's going to do to your lead term. Multiply it by 4, now you're going to get this one. Excellent. But that is a perfect square, 4 up front. And so if we model this now, we would get 4n squared, which is 2n times 2n. All right, we still have our square. We can split up the 20. Not a problem. Excellent. This dimension up here is going to have to be plus 5 because 2 times 5 is 10, and same here, plus 5. All right, we're feeling pretty strong. This area is now 25, and we're really functionally now looking at a level 4 because, we want this to be 25. It's at minus 160. All right, so we got to think to ourselves, what do I need to add to get to 125? I mean, to get to 25, I think you got a plus 185. Oh, big number, but no worries. No worries, it's fine. Same over here, plus 185. And so what we'll be left with, try to give myself as much room as possible, is 4n squared plus 20n plus 25 is equal to 169, which is negative 16 plus 185. Beautiful. Now this, we know we've represented over here. That's a perfect square. So let me rewrite that as 2n plus 5 squared is equal to 169. I'm loving where this is going because now what I'm going to do is I'll square root. That means something squared is 169, so that something has to either be, what's that, 13? Is that 13? That was 13? Yes, it was going to be 13 or negative 13. So we got to solve each equation by subtracting 5 and then dividing by 2. So 13 minus 5 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. Same idea, subtract 5, you get negative 18, divided by 2, negative 9. Brilliant. All right, that's really excellent. Well done, everybody. That's a level 5. All we need now is more practice. So let me real quickly write up another problem for you. Whoa, okay. Told you I was going to do that quick. All right, so level 5, why don't you hit the old pause button? Unpause, let's roll. Right away, I'm seeing that as an odd number, so I got to make that even to use the square method, use the Quadrus method. So I'm going to multiply everything by 4. So let's do a big giant times 4 on everything. So what that's going to do is give me 4x squared minus 28x plus 44 is equal to 60. All right, so let's build the square. Same thing we've been doing. No difference, except I think I'm going to hug the railing a little bit more over here. Okay. So that's 4x squared. So it's going to be 2x times 2x. And we've got minus 14 there. And what goes down there? Someone say another minus 14. Oh my God, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Cinderella story. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. All right, so this is going to be minus 7. Just 2 times negative 7. And minus 7. Brilliant. Okay, so this last square is 49. Same place we've been. Okay, so we're at 45, and we want it to be, we're at 44, and we want it 49. So all we got to do is add 5. Lovely. And we should be good to go. So then what we'll have is 4x squared minus 28x plus 49 is equal to 65. Okay, brilliant. So that gives us down here 2x minus 7 squared is equal to 65. And we have a level 2. Ding, 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 ding. All roads lead back to a level 2 when you're using the square method. Really, really brilliant. Now, something squared is 65, so that something is equal to plus or minus the square root of 65. Because I think I'm at the bottom of the screen, I can't actually tell. I'm going to finish the answer right here by adding 7 and then dividing by 2. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 7 and then divide by 2. Now the only step left would be, could we simplify 65? Let me just check real quick. Don't think so. Don't think so, because they're both prime numbers, so the tree can't go anywhere else. So that's going to be our final answer. All right. Let's try one more of these, okay? Let me get this erased. Whoa, all right, let's go now. Okay, you got to hit pause. You got to nail this problem. You got this thing. You got this thing. Unpause. Let's roll. Let's roll. Oh, that's an odd number right there, right? That's an odd number. I mean, I'm not going to split it into a half and a half. Don't want decimals or fractions. So let's multiply everything by 4. Okay. Plus 4x is equal to negative 24. Brilliant. Now let's model it with the square using the square method. So 4x squared is 2x and 2x. Brilliant. Let's go over here, break that up into 2 and 2. A lot of 2's, man. This problem is brought to you by the number 2, and that's 4. All right, excellent. So we want this area but we don't have the 4. We actually have plus 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 to both sides. And down here we're going to start. We're going to go 4x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to negative 20. All right, lovely. Very, very good. So let's go 2x plus 2 squared is equal to negative 20. And ding, 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 that is our no solution. Okay, so we ran into a no solution problem. It says something squared is equal to negative 20. So there's no answer to that. And you might be in a place in your education where you say, well, what about complex numbers, Mr. Miller? And that's not where we are here. We're talking about real numbers. And so for us, there ain't no number that you can square and get negative. A to the men, all right? Okay. Well, I'm out here because I can't be in my classroom right now. So that's the society we in right now. Tough times here in this day and age, but hopefully things will improve. I hope this video finds you well, and you take care and stay hip.